Sia, thank you so much for this movie. I was carried away by it. What was the impetus for the movie?
It just literally was an idea that dropped in to my head about 15 or maybe even 18 years ago. It was it felt like a short story in my head. And I wrote it down. And then it took me 10 years to even tell anybody that I wanted to make a movie. And then it took me another 5 or 8 to develop the courage to do it.
So one of the things that the characters in this movie have in common are personal experiences which they have trouble translating to the world. As a creative person, how easy has it been to get your creative voice manifested in a way that others appreciate and get into the groove, so to speak?
Well, I feel like very luckily, ever since I decided to stop being an artist, get sober, and then start writing songs for other people, and then accidentally became successful through Chandelier and the wig and the anonymity, you know, I feel like I've had so much more success than I ever did before. And I think it's because probably hiding behind a wig and writing much more sort of, I used to want to be really cool and poetic and, you know, with alliteration. And then when I stopped caring so much about, well, not caring, but when I stopped trying so hard, I found that way more people could attach to project their feelings onto my songs. So the broader I made them, the more successful they were. And I just hadn't realized that before. And you know, I'd been writing very specific things lyrically, and you know, they were heard by, you know, between 12 and 1,200 people. So I wasn't doing badly. But
I think the numbers were kind of higher up there.
Well, they're up there now. I think when I stopped actually self-censoring and when I stopped being worried about what I was saying or scared to be vulnerable, and I was able to admit fear and defeat and humility or whatever, that seems to be when I started to really, I seemed to be able to translate what I was feeling and thinking into words that were understandable. Oh, take it. Oh, take it.
Okay, yes. But the interesting thing about both, with just the most adorable dog, but the thing that's interesting about your characters and what you've just said is that when you hide, I think you disconnect from the world. And in the dance numbers in particular, you bring the internal to the external. So has it always been easy for you to do that? And talk about those dance numbers, because they're marvelous.
Ever since I started working with Brian and Maddie, I feel it's so much easier to express music through dance.
Did you always have Katie in mind?
I mean, no, not from 18 years ago. Originally, when I first was thinking about it, I remember it was Jake Gyllenhaal and Maggie Gyllenhaal I thought would be siblings. And yeah, it's that long ago that like Maggie could have played a teenager. So, but no, as soon as I saw her singing on an Instagram post, on a bit of news somewhere, I was like, oh, she can really sing. So that's when I organized to have a lunch with her. And I told her, as she read the script, she said, I was born to do it. Let me do it. And I was like, will you shave your head? And she said, yes. And I said, okay, let's do it.
Well, I'm going to shave my head and I'm going to start putting singing Instagrams up. And maybe I'll be included in the next one. Of course, I can't sing or dance, but that's neither here nor there.
I can just put you in as just, you know, a standing, a bypasser.
Very good. I look forward to it. joyful movie. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.